The Los Angeles Rams have signed Matthew Stafford's deep threat, Desean Jackson. You may know him. D-Jax has been one of the NFL's greatest deep threats, I would say, of all time, not just in recent history. If you look at 40-plus yard touchdowns, I'm sure Desean Jackson ranks very high on that list. The question is, how healthy will Desean Jackson be in 2021, and how good is Desean Jackson at his age? It's interesting that he chose the Rams. I feel it's a great fit for him as a football player who's probably chasing a ring at this point in his career. The Rams are a contender in the NFC. The Rams are a team with a lot of hype thanks to getting Matthew Stafford. And I do feel Stafford is a quarterback that would benefit from Desean Jackson's presence, while Desean Jackson would also benefit from the presence of Matthew Stafford at quarterback. So I think it's a really good fit for both sides involved. I think when you look at the Rams offense, Sean Mcvay needed that guy that could stretch the field. Obviously, they had Brandon Cooks in the past. They let go of Brandon Cooks. A lot of that had to do with his injury history, the concussion concerns, and being able to get a pick in return there. The contract was probably too expensive, so they just couldn't hold on to Brandon Cooks. So last year, they really did without, and they performed without a deep threat. They didn't have anybody that had that speed, that had that game-breaking ability, that had that downfield ability. A lot of it was short passing game. Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp underneath, a little bit to Cam Akers and the running backs, a little bit to Tyler Higbee and Gerald Everett. They had Reynolds, they had Van Jefferson involved in the depth pieces, the number 3, number 4 wide receivers. Those guys will still be involved. Van Jefferson, I think, is going to take a little bit of a larger role on this season. So I look at the Rams and I think Desean Jackson is a piece that you want at this point in his career, where if he's on the field and he can provide a boost to your team, it's great. It's fantastic. But you don't want to have to be relying on him to be like one of your top 2 receivers. So last year when the Eagles signed him, it felt like a good signing. It felt like he could really help that team. But then you realize that Desean Jackson is very unreliable. And when you're having to rely on him, especially at his advanced age, to be a consistent player in your lineup, that's where it can become a little bit challenging and probably not the best thing. So Desean Jackson, now with the Rams, is not going to have to be the number 1 or the number 2. He's going to be a specific designed wide receiver. He's going to be the downfield, bombs, take the shot wide receiver, and he's going to be the guy that stretches the defense for Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods to work underneath. That means that you can actually keep his reps limited, sparingly using him in big situations or sparingly using him when you need to use him, and correctly utilize what he does best at this point in his career. He can still run, he can still go down the field and make big plays, and still when he was on the field last year, he provided a presence for the Eagles. So Desean Jackson is still a capable wide receiver, and I would look at him as a number 3 wide receiver. A nice downfield target, but you don't want to be relying on him. So that's why I like the landing spot for the Rams, because, okay, Van Jefferson can take some heat off of him. They're going to have different receivers with their depth where they don't need to have Desean Jackson on the field all the time. So I really do like this move because it provides a downfield field stretcher for Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay's offense. And it's great for Desean Jackson that he's going to a team that's going to win. They're in the championship window, and he has a chance to chase a ring. So I like it from all perspectives involved here, all parties involved. The team, the quarterback, and the wide receiver. I said when Matthew Stafford was signed that one of the things that I wanted them to get, one of the things I wanted them to acquire was a deep threat. And I believe they have now done that by signing Desean Jackson. So look out for Desean Jackson to have a few big plays every time you watch the Rams. If he can stay healthy, he is going to have an impact for LA in 2021 because that's just what he does when he's on the football field. Rams fans, let me know how you feel Desean Jackson fits with the Rams, and let me know if you're excited to see D-Jax in LA.